Hey everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the Bod Squad, the show where we talk about streaming technology. This is episode 270 on January 19th, 2022. Yes, that was a question. This is Clyde. Today I'm joined by Matthew Ross.
The answer is yes, Clyde. The answer is yes.
Michael Heston.
Howdy, y'all.
And Jimmy Trammell.
Thank God you made it, Clyde.
Yeah, Clyde, just so you know, just about didn't make it tonight.
I literally just rolled in from work. It doesn't hurt that my work is this monitor right here next to me, so I had to turn this direction.
Yeah, that sucks.
But
man,
you know, I had to push the KVM button to switch, and I had to start everything up, and it was the realization that no, Clyde, it's not 8 o'clock, it's 9 o'clock now.
Sorry,
no, it's what it is.
It's 9 o'clock. Do you know where Clyde is?
Yeah, exactly. You need to put up that WGN nightly announcement. How you guys doing?
It's been a very weird week for me. I've had I had family drama of the kind that part of my family household had to leave, and so I was batching it alone by myself for part of this weekend, where I got to do kind of cool things, but also just trying to keep things, clean and ready for the return. And then the return was a whole crazy drama fiasco because of circumstances. Somebody forgot their keys, somebody wasn't home to let somebody in, and it was it was fun. And so today is actually the slow day.
All right.
Yeah, today was a good day.
Nice. Yeah. I like those days where it's like, oh yeah, nobody's gonna be here. It's most days. So
yeah, that was
like
my
most
weekend.
Days.
And it was a nice 3-day weekend, and I gotta say I did a little bit of me time, which was really nice. So I don't get to do that as much as I'd like to, quite frankly. Okay. So yeah,
good,
absolutely.
All right. Well, you know what we don't get to do as much as I would like?
Sleep.
News.
No,
actually both. I would like the first one.
Sleep.
We'll just do that. But okay. We can talk about technology.
I don't think are we allowed to sleep?
Well, I don't know about YouTube. I know it's not allowed. It's literally written in the terms of service for Twitch.
Well, it's a good thing we're not there anymore. I suppose we should do news then. Hey, let's start off with this announcement from Apple Music. Apple Music has decided that they're going to be making their spatial audio version of different albums available on their platform. And this article is so nice to tell us that if you want to listen to this guy named Jay Collet, I have no idea who he is, with his spatial audio, the 360 audio surround sound, you have to watch it on the Apple Music platform. I'm sure the app will be available. The sound album will be available on other platforms, just not with spatial audio.
I'm confused.
Why?
Why would I want to listen to a album from a shoe company?
Well, Collet is a shoe company?
J. Cole makes shoes.
It's Cole.
Oh, it's Cole. Oh, sorry.
There's no accent on the E.
Well, can't tell anymore.
It's J. Cole. Though
I'm
I am
looking
just
right now.
saying that phonetically, that's how it should be said. I could be wrong. If you are in the know on this music artist,
Look at those shoes,
Yeah,
man.
they make shoes,
you-
clothing, handbags.
Do you think that guy is wearing those shoes in that picture?
I think that might be there.
that was a woman's.
So
foot.
Obviously.
Or
are they
do
doing
those
J. Cole
shoes.
because they couldn't get the exclusive access to the new Reebok or Adidas joint?
And do those shoes have spatial audio? That's what I want to know.
I did read that somebody was working on teleportation. Someone would probably have to focus on what you hear while you're transporting, right?
Right. So this is just an interesting announcement that Apple's going to get some of these exclusive albums that are going to be in their 360 audio platform. Sony's actually got their own 360 reality platform that they're also pushing. So you're going to actually, it sounds like we're going to have competing platforms for 360 audio services and who is on what platform. Don't we all love it when we have people who silo themselves into their own categories? So we have to choose based on what kind of hardware or software we want to run in order to get the best experience on depending on which artist we want to listen to. This is great, said no one ever.
Yeah.
Also, you have to care about spatial audio, which
one thing I've learned when it comes to format wars, the one thing that I've learned is you're better off backing Sony. With the exception of Betamax. With the exception of Betamax, usually Sony's going to be the victor.
The memory card was a failure. Sony kind of didn't.
They had CDs and Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm. Well, technically, there was also a bunch of other people with the CDs.
Yeah, but still, it was Sony involved. So you usually back the one with Sony.
The one thing I'll say about the spatial audio, Apple also rolled this out to their podcast app, and to listen to podcasts with spatial audio is kind of nice, right? You can hear the conversations. In one ear you hear one voice, and in another ear you hear the other voice.
I find that weird.
So it's kind of it's not too bad, right? I actually kind of like it. It was. I mean, Clyde's right. The first time you hear it, you find, or at least I did, right? I found it like, oh, that's different, kind of strange. I really wasn't expecting it, but then once you kind of get used to it, it was like, oh, okay, this is the spatial audio. And once you get it in, used to it and all, then it's actually pretty good.
So next time you're using spatial audio, you're doing something with spatial audio because you have the capability of listening to it, and I don't have anything with that kind of fanciness. I want you to be listening and going, I can definitely hear something from my left ear with something from my right ear, and then turn your head and see if it turns with you.
No, it does. It does, because I listen to podcasts when I'm cooking breakfast in the morning. So So when I'm walking around and all, I can hear it switch.
Okay. And is that the coolest thing ever, or is that just a dumb trick? Okay. I mean, excellent answer, sir.
Well, I mean, the point you're trying to make is, what's the practicality of that? I don't know if I have a
in VR. But VR is VR is where spatial audio makes sense.
Okay.
Because you're already in depth. I will say in VR is one thing where it's weird, where the sound doesn't move as you're moving. Podcasts and like music, not so much. Although I think, should we do the Bod Squad in spatial audio? But I'd put my voice like way down there someplace, and then
see, the problem is that you'd have
access.
Yeah, I would say you're going to put some of us on the left, and somebody's like, I don't want to listen to Matt. I'm just going to take my ear pad out, and I don't have to listen to him.
That's
now.
why you put like Max
Matt over here, and Jimmy here, and me up here, and Clyde down there. and then nobody's behind you, just like this empty echo behind you.
Yeah,
that would be great.
I mean, I agree. It's a bit of a novelty, right? But it's, what it's meant to do is make it seem like you're in the room with the people, is what it is.
Just saying, we should add that as patron perk level.
To not get
to add spatial audio, and like if we get this many people, we'll add spatial audio. But if somebody signs up at this level, we'll cancel spatial audio, even if we get that many people.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll go through all of the hassle to add. We went through all of the hard work to add the spatial audio. You get it at $1 level. $2 an episode, then you don't have to have the spatial audio.
They get it down mixed to stereo.
No, it'll be mono.
Oh,
mono the way you want it.
That's great.
I mean, we got 4 guys in a grid. There's no sense of right or left. So
that's why it would be actually really funny to like have everything totally situated right in front of you and then sound all around you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course. Realize, they had these kind of talks, years ago, back in the 60s when stereo first came about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Simon and Garfunkel. That's what I gotta say. That's what I remember. All right. Comcast, that bastion of internet and provider of high bandwidth that the world around has decided has been greatly appreciated by all of its users. As you can tell, I am totally lying through my teeth. Has begun testing the newest version of the DOCSIS 4.0 standard. This is allowing them to get speeds up to 10 gigabits per second over a single coax connection. Up until now, the fastest speeds that you could get with, I think, DOCSIS 3.1 was 1.25 gigabits per second. And also, this new standard apparently has an upload bandwidth speed of 4 gigabits per second. That's actually a huge increase over what I'm currently getting. So that's good. I'm hoping that this is a easy to implement standard that becomes available to everybody, and I can get it next week. I really would love it because that'd be great.
Yeah. A 60 gig video game in just over 2 minutes. I mean, that's pretty impressive speed. I would be happy with just 1 gigabit personally, but for those of you that are living in a place that is not internet hell, this might come your way.
Just a reminder, this is cable.
Yep.
So the word that matters is up to, which means they don't actually have to provide it. You're not actually going to see it. Your speeds may not even increase, but your price will. And they will be okay because they said they will give you up to,
right,
but not less than a specific point.
But see, Clyde, I think they will give you these speeds because think about it. They want you to hit those data caps faster, right? So that they can make more money off of you, right? So they really got an incentive.
This is why they held off on the data cap rollout, because they wanted to get this done first.
Right.
Yeah, the current data cap of 1 terabyte. I mean, 10 to 20 minutes. You can.
Yeah, I was going to say, it won't take you very long at all. It's like less than an hour.
Either way, it doesn't matter how fast. YouTube will still tell me that my internet is too slow because I'm not using the browser they want me to use. Has anybody else noticed that? I started noticing it with YouTube or in Firefox, where I'll start a video and then it'll just sit there, and then you get the buffering thing on YouTube. Every other site works fine, but it's just YouTube, and it goes, check your internet, it's too slow.
That's interesting. I
found out there's some codec that they're using that is only native in Chrome.
That's
And
probably
because they do,
AV1.
because they specify you should use Chrome.
It's probably
and then-
AV1, and AV1's an open standard. It's not like they couldn't
I know
implement
it's something that they're doing.
Okay.
I was just curious if anybody else was noticing it, but okay.
Hey guys, did you know there was a big lawsuit last year about getting Fortnite to play on an iPhone? It's sad. Those poor iPhone users unable to play Fortnite. I mean, I can hear them screaming in those really tight, tiny voices of those young children.
I'm pretty sure this lawsuit's been going on for a fortnight.
The lawsuit's basically over, and basically Apple won. But besides the point, Fortnite's back on the iPhone and other iOS devices because guys at NVIDIA GeForce Now have made a deal with the companies with Epic Games to put Fortnite on the GeForce Now streaming service. So you are able to play Fortnite through a browser on your phone with touch controls, streamed over the internet, with an hour delay if you don't pay, with an hour only of play if you don't pay, and or pay extra for unlimited, and still have to wait in the line. What the heck? This is such a bad idea, guys. I don't get this. Why are we doing this?
Because it's the only way to get it onto that platform.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Makes me want to sign up for it right now.
Yeah, well, I'm all for streaming games, and this is awesome. I really think this is cool that it's there. I think that they should be on every platform.
I think the reason they're doing that is because, number one, this is a limited time closed beta. And they don't want to overload and get false, if you're beta testing a new functionality, you don't want to kill the functionality that you're trying to test by overutilization. So I'm willing to bet that the lines and stuff are going to be temporary. Kind of like your like you were talking about with the GeForce Now, was it? Where you log in and you have to wait in line.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
If you don't pay, you have to wait in line. Even if you do pay, you could wait in line, but you're supposed to be prioritized. Whatever.
So,
I understand that this is kind of a thumb in the eye to Apple from the guys at Epic Games, and that's fine because they want to put it on there and they're not allowed to because whatever, because they don't want to pay their 30%, and I get that too. I just think it's kind of crazy, and it's an amazing workaround to a problem that it's fine. I've got my own workaround, but we'll talk about that one later, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, did you guys know that we've had a video on YouTube hit 10 billion views?
Was it one of our videos?
Would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Let's say.
Don't think so.
You said we. For a minute, I was confused, just like Clyde.
I'm sorry. Did I say we? I didn't mean to.
No. You said we've had a video.
I see. We as in the all of us. All of us
in the
humanity.
royal we.
The very royal we, as in the all of us. I don't know. Is that a thing?
I was ready to quit my job and go full time YouTube and
enjoy all your YouTube videos. Your 10 billion views.
That wasn't us.
Well, all you need to do to make all that YouTube money is to make a song that's so catchy that people can't stop hearing it, even when they want to. Even when they bash their heads over with frying pans trying to get it out of their heads, because Baby Shark is the world's greatest, or not greatest, most viewed video on YouTube. 10
Pretty
billion.
sure my daughter accounts for about 500 million.
Yeah.
Well, the problem, so that means the most viewed anything on the internet is a lie. Because
Most cartoons
because I learned in about a year ago, maybe a little bit more, that when a shark gives birth, the mother swims away, and the two shall never meet ever again.
Oh.
Meaning that the baby shark video is a big giant lie.
God.
There is no mama shark and baby shark. They if they meet as adults, they are mortal enemies.
Well,
that song's not nearly as catchy.
I don't know. I don't know so much about that, but I do know that my daughter has watched this song a lot because my other daughter gets really upset whenever she hears it. And so my younger daughter puts it on all the time just to annoy my older daughter.
That reminds me, I used to torment my children with it in the car. And it's been a while.
So here's the real question. How many of these 10 billion views were torture views?
Oh, a large number, at least a billion. And sometimes that's the kid playing it again to torture the parents. Sometimes that's the parents playing it to torture the kid. I mean, it goes both ways. But yes, yep. I agree. At least a billion.
Although this song did get me mad respect from my kids.
Yeah.
Because this was one where a few months later, after I showed it to them, it went crazy. It was when it blew up, and they came back to me and they go, "How do you always know about these viral things before everybody else?" It's like, because I live on the internet.
So actually, believe it or not, I've never played that song on YouTube. I think I've heard it played by somebody else, like because they wanted to. I was like, okay, I get the song, how catchy it is. Nope, not my kind of thing. Never played it. Hey, Sinclair, you know that company that owns like a whole bunch of different local channels out there? They've decided they're going to go ahead and start their own streaming service. The Sinclair streaming service is going to be the place where you to watch a bunch of your local basketball and NHL teams. In fact, they've locked down 16 of those teams so that you can only be watching it on their upcoming streaming service. That's right. The future Sinclair streaming service will likely cost about $20 a month and will be the only place for you to watch these 16 teams.
Oh, so whoever wrote this article, you're talking about locking this down. Sinclair locking this down so that if anybody wants to watch it, they have to sign up for that service. And then they used a picture of the Timberwolves, which nobody watches the Timberwolves as it is, let alone are they going to sign up for Sinclair.
They're on the list. They are on the list, but
I mean, that guy looks like he's running after trying to even figure out how to grab the ball.
How do you dribble?
Is
that what you're saying?
Yeah, Timberwolves.
Yeah, the picture looks really pretty bad. The one guy looks like he's drunk and
dude, act dribble. Like you.
The other guy looks like he's trying to not get hit in the balls with the basketball.
Yeah, I was going to say they both look like they're grabbing for balls.
Is that how you play basketball?
You called that one much better than me, Jimmy. Nice.
I guess I was doing it wrong.
No, yeah, it really looks like, how dare you touch me there? That's literally the conversation. Yeah, everybody wants to put something behind their paywall. I'm not surprised. But yeah.
So if you are a big fan of one of these teams, you're going to be coughing up the money to watch this. Quite frankly, that's okay with me, because then you're the target audience of this, and you can pay for it and you can get it.
I know why they got the Timberwolves, because what's his name bought the team, and I know for a fact they're going to move them to Vegas.
Oh, interesting. I bet you they get more popular suddenly.
And yeah, they'll do a Raiders. It's like once they get to Vegas, they'll actually maybe start being good. Yeah,
I know it looks like it's going to be about $20 a month. I don't think that's an issue. I think $20 a month or north of. So it depends on how much north of 20, but 20-ish a month, I think seems pretty reasonable. When it comes to like college sports, I certainly would pay $20 a month to watch BSU. So, I think it'll do well. I think it's a good thing if you're locking it down, if you have the local area coverage. So that's always the frustrating thing, right? If you live in the area and you can't get those games, you only can go see them live, right?
Right.
That's pretty frustrating. And if this provides you a solution that for $20 a month, that's certainly cheaper than season tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you don't have to go to the stadium.
I'm curious the article does mention that they've already secured rights for certain NHL and MLB teams, which you would think would shore up the rest of the year, because this is $20 a month. And basketball isn't all year.
Right.
But I don't know how much MLB and NHL they have, if it's enough to keep someone subscribed all year.
I mean, it's a question of whether people have overlap, right? Like
that's
if
what
you've got the
saying.
Minnesota Twins and the Minnesota Timberwolves, then you would theoretically have the Minnesota people all year round to watch those two.
I want to say they've got the Dodgers, and that's it. I think that was the one where people had, but I might be wrong.
No, I think KTLA is all Dodgers, as far as I know. All right, that's right.
But anyways, yeah. So I think it really just either you're going to sign up for the sports season, or maybe they have the other local team for the other sports you care about. Assuming you're not like me and you only like one sport for one team and you're only going to pay for that. Like I don't watch anything except Boise State football. So you offer me anything NBA or college or NCAA basketball or whatever, I'm not going to watch it. So I'm not going to pay for it. So
yeah, I'm a little skeptical of how well this will perform, right? Because I mean, you can go to NBA League Pass and get that for $15 a month.
But this is exclusive. They won't have this because they got exclusive rights to air these teams.
I see.
Well, in the local markets. So
yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
It'll be successful because there's enough local people who want to watch their local team that will be happy to spend a certain amount of money to watch it, because I've seen how much money they spend when they don't have to do that for their stuff. This is an easy drop in the bucket for them, and it'll be very successful for them, I suspect. And that's fine. It allows them to spend that money. If they want it, that's great. And if I don't want it, I don't have to spend that money. I got no problem. Good for them. Good job, Sinclair. Do something right. Yeah. Hey, guess what? We can also talk about Netflix doing something right? They're such a good company. They're so right for everybody. Everybody loves Netflix, right? Absolutely. How would you like to pay a little extra for it? Well, you can't, just because you love it so much. Netflix is raising prices because it's what they do every once in a while. A couple of years or so, they raise the prices. If you've been paying for the standard plan, it's going up $1.50. It's going to be $15.49 a month now. If you're paying for the high end plan, it's going from $18 to $20 a month, and the lowest end plan is going to be going up. What's it going up to? I think it's going to be $10 now or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think that's right. $9.99.
Yeah. So all the prices are going up. These prices are live now. If you're a new subscriber, if you are not a new subscriber, they will ease you into it by letting you know about 30 days ahead of time. Hey, by the way, next month we're raising your price, just like everybody else.
This may be the time that I finally quit.
Well, you've watched all of the Netflix, haven't you? So there's nothing left.
Well, they don't put anything out new worth watching. So, and when they do, it's like half a season, but labeled as a full season. So
you just wait like a half a year, and then like, oh, I think I'll get onto it for a couple months, watch it, and then get off. So that would be wise, but difficult to do for me.
Yeah.
Like me.
Go ahead, Jimmy. Okay, so I don't know. It does raise an interesting question, right? I mean, it does go up every. I mean, Matt's right. Every couple of years, it seems like the price has gone up. So, uh, you know, at what point does this get to be too much when they start losing subscribers, right? As a result, I'm not sure what price point that would be, but I mean, for their premium plan, it's getting up there to $20 a month. I mean,
So
how high would that be before people start saying, "Okay, I'm out"?
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I I appreciate the people get frustrated about like the price of their streaming service going up, but they have been moving that price in small increments. Compare that to like what's happened with Hulu TV or YouTube TV. That's jumping like $20 every 6 months. This is $2 every 2 years. And when you look at inflation and stuff, it's not that much of an increase. I think that for me, this is totally fine. I look at this, I'm like $2 more after 2 years. I'm totally fine with them raising the price this much. It's not going to impact my decision to continue with them at all.
But let me ask you, do you use Netflix on regularly?
Somebody in my house uses Netflix about once a week. I personally only I binged Witcher when it came out, and I will probably binge like Lock and Key at some point in the next couple of weeks. So there's probably 3 or 4 shows a year that I binge the whole show in about a week. But my kids use it intermittently.
And that's the problem. It's not the fact that they're raising price. It's the fact that it's becoming too expensive to just pay for and not use. Because that's the whole reason I had to drop down to the lower level, down to the 2 concurrent streams, not 4K, was to try and get away from the $18 increase for something that I never use. Basically taking that $20 a month and just setting it on fire.
I mean,
when it was around $10, $12, no big deal. But when you get to $20, that starts becoming significant money. And that's not including the tax.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you're actually a non-user, right? Like there is a certain amount of money where
that's what I'm getting at.
Easier to keep it on the off chance you're going to watch something.
Yep.
But for the typical person that has a number of shows that they really like I said, if you want to watch Stranger Things when it comes out and Lock and Key, if there's something once a quarter or once a month that you hop on there, then I don't think this price is difficult to swallow. The price increments, I mean, a 10% increase, a little bit more than 10% increase when inflation is like 65% this year, that seems reasonable to me.
Makes me glad
Might be slightly exaggerating on this year's inflation, but probably not.
Makes me glad I'm a T-Mobile subscriber.
So they have to swallow the cost.
Yeah.
That's right. Hey, go ahead.
Go ahead. No.
I was going to move on to the next story, which is awesome games done quick. They had another awesome games done quick this last week. This is the show that's usually streamed on Twitch and for raising money for charity. A bunch of people playing video games just for fun to show you how awesome it is to play some of these games as fast as possible and show how they are, how you can do it with the speedrunning community. This year was another extremely successful event. If you were interested in watching some of the things that they did on there, notable for me was the episode of Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, because nobody had to talk. The guy played it all by himself. He literally played the game. Normally that's a game where one person who sees the bomb, other people see the manual. He played a version where he got to see the manual but he had a bomb with 100 different modules on it he had to solve within like 30 minutes. It was pretty intense. A solo run of that was pretty cool. The other one that everybody seems to be talking about is Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice, a game which is but considered one of the harder games. It's kind of like the Dark Souls of samurai combat. And this guy, he did the whole thing blindfolded. Now, it was done all remotely due to COVID-19 this year. So did he really do it blindfolded? Did he cheat? Probably not. But still, very impressive.
He was wearing a blindfold, but there's nothing that says that he couldn't see through the blindfold.
It's one of those. You can't. You can't see. Ha!
I mean, there is literally a thing over my face. If you like, it depends on the type of the material. Have you ever seen someone that's wearing leggings, but the leggings are stretched so tight you can see through the leggings?
Unfortunately, I think we all
they are technically wearing those leggings, but it's not doing anything. I'm accusing this guy of the same thing. Pull that blindfold tight enough.
I was not accusing him. I was just questioning the viability of that possibility. But this event was really successful this year. They raised $3.4 million for charity. That's nothing to laugh about. That's pretty awesome.
So this reminds me of what I plan to do is start a Twitch streaming service of games done abysmally slow, where I take forever to complete every game.
Oh no, that already exists. It's called Poodle Puncher. I have been playing that SpongeBob Bikini Bottom game for over 2 years.
That's about how I am.
And I'm
still working on Witcher 3.
See, that's the whole reason I haven't been streaming my gameplay of Wise 8, because I'm already 40 hours into that, and I'm probably gonna complete the game this weekend. So I can't put it on my stream because it'll ruin my abysmally slow reputation.
Anyways, I'm unfamiliar with this channel. However, awesome that they were able to make such a huge charitable contribution through their efforts. Good on you.
They saw the Diamond Club raise 10,000 and said, "Challenge accepted."
Yeah.
Too bad they set the bar so far.
Boy, we have a lot of ground to make up for next year.
We do.
Hey, guys, have you heard about this band called White Noise? I've never heard of them before. But apparently, they're playing on Nest speakers. And when you guys, and apparently they're really popular. Their song is like 12 hours long. It could be. I guess you could make it shorter if you want to. But it's really amazing. People love it. People love it so much they will fall asleep to it. It's so awesome. And apparently, the white noise filter that they have on the Google speakers, the guys at Google made a change to it. Don't know why, but they decided to change the white noise, and people are upset. Believe it or not, there are people complaining that their kids aren't sleeping. They're not able to fall asleep. It sounds weird. It sounds compressed. I mean, seriously, it's white noise. What can you guys? Oh, look, there is a band named White Noise. Excellent.
Of course there is. Although I was totally expecting it to be some sort of like supremacy band. I was pleasantly surprised to see old people doing covers. I think
Awesome. The guys at Google decided that they were going to use a different file to make their white noise, and everybody's upset. So is
this somehow because of that whole thing from last week where they had to remove a bunch of features because of patents?
I sure hope not. Oh man, that would be horrible if
I don't mean it, and I'm not necessarily saying that the white noise getting affected was part of that, or more as a unintended consequence of the changes that they've been rolling out.
I somehow doubt that. I don't know what, I mean, I don't know if there is anything about background noises on there, if there's something that they have to do with background noises, but it doesn't make sense that would be in any way related to it. There's a guy who has like a long version of the white noise that he put onto Google Drive that you can get a copy of and share it over your device if you wanted to get the old white noise back. So, yeah.
I will say,
like, I get this. Like, kids can be very, very particular about what it is that they like and get very upset when it's not what they want. I once paid a fairly significant amount of money for a replacement stuffed animal and drove from Boise to Seattle to pick it up because that's what it took to get the stuffed animal that was no longer made, that was my daughter's favorite. So yeah, like,
you're an awesome dad.
This is a true pain that parents feel. Come on, Google. What are you thinking?
Yeah, no, I mean, ditch white noise. White noise is overrated. They're a bunch of old
Pink
people
noise.
from New York from New York. No, what you need to do is you need to listen to the album that I played on loop for my children when they were babies, which was the Open Season soundtrack, as written by Ben Folds.
Oh.
Which I went back and I recently went back and listened to it and remembered, oh yeah, this album is amazing. It's still great, but yeah, you don't need white noise. Just put on the Open Season soundtrack.
Nope, you just get the song "I'm Still Sleeping" by the Beatles and put it on loop. It's trippy because it doesn't really end or start. It just keeps on going, and it's absolutely insanity. It's not good for sleep.
Is that the one that where they has the lyric "Happiness is a warm gun under my pillow"?
No.
Oh, I'm trying to remember what song that was.
All right, well, this might be the biggest story of the week, guys. The guys at Microsoft have decided to purchase Activision Blizzard King. Yes, the three companies that don't make sense to be together, that are already together. Purchase them in entirety for a gigantic stock buyout for a total of $68.7 billion. It means that all the various properties of, if this goes through, it's going to take a while for this to make it through regulators and things like that. But if this goes through, all these properties will be owned by Microsoft. And Microsoft has stated clearly that they intend to take a lot of these platforms and bring them to their streaming platform.
Of course they are. I was just going to say, does this mean World of Warcraft is coming to the Xbox?
Maybe it's possible. If you can plug your keyboard and mouse into it, yes. But if you can kind of play that game with a controller.
So what this definitely means is all of you GeForce Now lovers that have been angry that Blizzard and Activision games weren't available on GeForce Now anymore when they got pulled. I think this is just confirmation that they're never coming back.
No chance.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's what actually sucks about this, is that if you ever wanted to play another Diablo game on a different platform, Diablo 3 is on like everything, even the Switch. And nope, if Diablo 4 probably isn't coming to any other platform. Sorry. All the other games that these companies own, I mean, Overwatch is.
You still expect all of them to be games for Windows too, though.
Probably.
So you'll still have them on Windows. So your PC, but you'll be stuck PC or Xbox on all of them for sure.
That's what sucks to this, is that a huge swath of games.
Well, I mean, okay, so most of these games are PC games.
Yeah.
Where you're not, I mean, what other platform are they playing them on to begin with?
Overwatch and Diablo, and
they're not playing it on Mac. They're not playing it on Linux. They're already. Yeah.
StarCraft is a multi system game, but all of the others, well, and Candy Crush is, but the other four big games that that they have are not. They are PC.
I mean,
Call of
they've been forcing you to have Candy Crush on your PC for years. It's every time
no! That's it. That's the secret. Oh, that's why they did it.
They've already now they did it so that they wouldn't have to pay the licensing anymore. For that thing that's on Windows 10 that you have to forcefully remove every time you set up a new.
It makes so much sense.
What's the VR headset that Microsoft has?
The Portal, not the Portal. What is it?
Yeah.
I mean, there's the Oculus Rift, and then the
VR has their. I mean, Microsoft had their own. It was more AR.
They have their own, right? So
they have the HoloLens.
HoloLens. Yeah, that's it. So you don't think that maybe they're getting all this content to put on their HoloLens?
None of this
Probably
is VR
not.
content.
No, the HoloLens is an augmented reality lens, so it at this point in time is pretty much exclusively business type uses like conferencing and stuff. I could see them doing some game type stuff on it, but this is unlikely to be, most of this is unlikely to be very good in VR content in the first place. But, you know, especially with the HoloLens being more augmented reality focused, it's probably not what they're looking at. But what I would say is, you know, I mean, Activision and Blizzard, they've been struggling lately from an organizational perspective. Aren't they one that's been hit by a lot of the scandals?
They've actually been sued by the state of California for sexual harassment and other things as well. And this is an opportunity for Microsoft, who is a rather clean is the word I want to use, company, to come in and possibly, if they play their cards right, they can say, oh, we kicked all the bad out and we kept all the good, and we now have made this new clean and nice company that is able to do all these cool things, and we've saved this company because of all the crap that was in there and we kicked them out. I mean, it totally could actually be a big turnaround for them on that front. So
I think the whole reason for this purchase is because what's the Microsoft conference that they do every year? Is that Ignite?
They have several. Ignite's one of them.
Okay. Well, the interest in their big Microsoft conference has been kind of waning over the last few years. They bought this so that they could take over BlizzCon.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look at the stock price has been hit pretty significantly as a result of the recent scandals. Well, that and the fact that everything is going down right now, because if you have money in the stock market right now, you're screwed. So this is a pretty opportune time to be making a purchase of this particular organization.
That's $68.7 billion, though.
It's a huge company. I mean, the market cap is 64 billion right now, so it's not like they're paying a premium.
Okay.
And that is after the jump, right? Like, this announcement caused a bit of a spike. And I say a bit of a spike, it caused a massive spike in the stock price.
If they sold for that much money, it didn't sound like they were doing too bad.
No, they were doing fine. Trust me. The company was making money.
Oh, yeah. No.
Purely financially, they're doing great, but they have been hit by a lot of scandals, which has, like I said, it's hurt their stock price pretty significantly. They were down very significantly from start of the year.
Right.
Yeah.
So this makes sense for somebody to swoop in and buy them, and Microsoft is, they've got the money, so I guess that makes sense too. What really irks me is the loss of being able to see some of this on other platforms.
But what other platforms?
I would have loved to see some of these games make it onto Stadia or on the Nintendo Switch games for some of the easier ones that they have gotten a couple of them on. Like I said, Diablo 2 and Overwatch are on there. But those are very likely. Any future stuff is probably not going to go there because it's all going to be exclusive Xbox stuff. So,
And
I don't
again,
know.
these aren't really other than Call of Duty. These aren't console style platform games. These are all big PC.
Yeah.
I guess. Oh, I mean, Overwatch was available on consoles, which
And
I don't see them taking it off of saying, "Hey, we're."
I bet you Overwatch 2 is not on any other consoles.
I would say if there is a chance to make money off of the competition's platform, because those people are not gonna leave, I don't think they're gonna pass that up.
I don't know. I mean, Microsoft has been trying for a long time to make gaming, like games for Windows, a thing, right? So they've been putting a lot of effort into that. They've bought other organizations.
They've
like
just bought
Bioshock.
Bethesda and put all of that on exclusive to Xbox. So.
Yeah. So I mean, you don't get the Mojang is, Minecraft is only on PC and
No, it's on everything.
No, it's on everything.
That one's on everything.
Still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't think you could get that like on the PS3.
Yep. Kindle, Fire.
I've got like 3 copies right here
So
for
that's-
various Nintendo.
I mean,
and
that's
Xbox.
a good example of what they've done in the past, right? So
Yeah.
maybe they won't.
That's what I was saying. If there's a market, the only way that I see them taking it off of other platforms is if the user base isn't currently there. Does it not make sense to continue in that direction in the next version? If there's money there, drill for it. Mine it. It's really the what's the cost in the long run. That's all.
We shall see.
All right. So there was a small island nation of Tonga had a gigantic eruption on their island nation. That eruption did all kinds of damage of various kinds to the island, including apparently from my understanding, the volcano basically blew itself apart. It's no longer there.
As volcanoes do.
Correct. They do that sometimes. And they, unfortunately for Tonga, have lost their undersea internet cable, which was a 500-mile cable that went to the island of Fiji as their only internet connection. So if you were streaming on Tonga, you're not streaming now. It sounds like it's going to take up to 2 weeks for this cable to get fixed. So hope you have Starlink.
I saw Iron Man fix it in like 15 minutes. Why is it taking them 2 weeks? Come on. If Iron Man can do it by himself.
Well, because there's currently a Decepticon at the bottom of the ocean that needs to be defeated so they can get to the cable.
That makes sense.
And the giant kaiju battle was horrible too, by the way. It was bad.
Yeah. I was going to say, if you choose to live on a volcano, just a reminder, the volcano isn't on the island. The island is the volcano.
Correct.
So if when you choose to live on a volcano, you can't be surprised when this stuff happens. It's but we'll see you guys in a couple weeks.
Yeah, we're really sorry that you guys had to come into this and listen to this.
Hopefully
2 weeks
your
late.
cellular LTE is pretty good there.
Yeah, well, Sterling's like the thing. Although if they have Sterling, they have to keep brushing all the ash, all of it off.
They gotta shoo the cats out of it.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
I remember Tonga had an Olympic team in the Olympics back during the summer.
Did they do cross country skiing?
Well, I
Like
was gonna
Jamaica
say,
had the bobsled team?
No, this was Summer Olympics, right? But
famous.
the
Tonga guy's famous.
Yeah, but I don't know if they have a Winter Olympics team. Hopefully they don't get impacted.
So to correct you, Clyde, the island that was the volcano that erupted, sort of exploded, is not a standardly populated island.
Oh, okay. It wasn't
the main,
island.
island of
Okay.
Tonga. The Tongan main island is close. You know,
Oh, okay.
Covered with
within
ash.
like 50 miles.
I was thinking this was
But
a
it is
Hawaii
not
situation where people.
actually,
Yeah, I was thinking
it's
this
not like
was.
the big island in Hawaii where like the big island is a volcano and people live on it.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, where people are screaming and crying. Why did my house have to get destroyed? Because you built it in a natural lava flow.
Yes.
What did you expect was going to happen?
yeah.
But
This is just close enough that it caused catastrophic damage.
gotcha.
So
So it'd be like when Mount St. Helens went off and surrounding Washington
yeah,
had
Like-
issues for.
yeah, the people in
They still
Vancouver,
have
they
issues.
got some dust on them.
Well, just look at Matt.
Right.
It would
I
be
was
like
1 year
if the
old.
people, if the people on Honolulu, on Waikiki or Waimea, whatever,
Yeah.
Oahu. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh, wow.
The people on Oahu were complaining about the results of the Big Island exploding, right?
Yeah.
That you still got to understand there's a possibility of a problem.
Oh, sure.
You're on a small island nation in a very volcanic region, but you don't live down the hill from the volcano like the people on the Big Island.
Yeah.
Oh, and Tonga's 2020 Summer Olympics, they participated in swimming, taekwondo, and weightlifting.
The Taekwondo guy is famous because he walked out basically in a grass skirt and fully oiled up, and all the ladies were like,
Swoon.
Yes.
Swoon is the word you were looking for.
the ladies were all swooning for the very oiled Taekwondo guy who got to carry the flag.
Yeah.
Almost naked.
None of which got any medals.
Yeah, well, that doesn't matter.
Good
He
luck
got it.
next time. Good luck
He
next time.
got all the respect. That's all
He
that matters.
he didn't need medals. He got phone numbers.
Hey, speaking of the weird weather, hey, guess what? If you are getting YouTube TV, they've made a deal with AMG, and part of that deal is they're going to be getting the Weather Channel. This is the, of course, popular weather station that every once in a while shows you your local stuff with a special provided stream. They're going to somehow do this over the YouTube content, so they're going to be able to get down to your very local area with YouTube TV and provide you with the Weather Channel, which you know what's weird is I know people who love the Weather Channel. I mean, this is going to sell so well.
So Google teamed up with Mercedes to buy the Weather Channel?
Mercedes? Oh, you think AMG? It's I don't know who AMG is. The Allen Media Group. Mm-hmm.
It's
yeah.
that Wabbit Magic's company.
I don't know. Yeah, but they apparently own the Weather Channel, and so they are going to, after this multi-year of partnership, they're going to be getting access to this, and also it's going to be streaming apps on things like Android phones and tablets as well. So, oh boy, coming to everything.
Yeah, AMG is the high performance subsidiary of Mercedes-Benz AG.
Really?
You know, for me, I don't care if it's the Weather Channel or whatever weather source. I just expect that they be right at least 15% of the time. And most of them all meet that requirement. So there's no real
They're
bother
guessing.
who it is.
They're guessing. Whatever.
No.
They're guessing.
If they were just guessing, they'd be right more often.
I find the weather people are pretty accurate for the next 12 hours. After that, not so much.
I did
50-50
I did have
chance.
a company reach out to me about something related to weather, and I was just like, I'm not interested. I don't want a job where being wrong is completely acceptable.
See, right now I can tell you exactly what the weather's going to be tomorrow. Cold.
Cold.
Cold. And in fact, you'd be right.
I mean,
Even
yesterday
here, 'cause apparently
was
it's gonna freeze here
significantly
tomorrow.
warmer than today. It was a whole whopping like high of 30 something. Today it was 9. So yeah, tomorrow I would bet my my children's organs that it's gonna be cold.
It was 79 today, and we have a freeze warning tonight. So it's supposed to be a maximum in the mid 30s tomorrow. It was 80 degrees today. This is Austin for you.
Yeah.
Texas.
Freeze in Austin,
At least-
it's going to be national news again, guys.
At least
stop
you
that.
know, Clyde, that it's going to be freezing. I have no clue on any given day if it's going to be freezing the next, or like t-shirt and shorts and you're still too hot weather.
It's going to get down to 61 here tonight.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That's so cold.
Well, that's the point where alligators start to freeze.
They totally go dormant at that point.
Yeah.
All right, our last story tonight is a story about AT&T and Verizon finally turning on they're going to be their C-band 5G network. This is they've been working very hard to get this out there, and they're going to be turning this on. So all kinds of different places. Verizon is reporting 1,700 cities in this month. So this January, I'm guessing, are getting hooked up with this newer, higher end, high speed 5G band, which is pretty cool. It was delayed a little bit because the guys at the airports were all saying this is going to screw up our stuff that allows us to land correctly. So they've
trivial.
Yeah, I know. Whatever. But they have since come to agreement where they're not going to be introducing these new C-band networks really close to the airports. They're going to keep change their how they're doing that in the future, and I'm sure they'll figure out in the future how to make these things work without making the airports crash. That'll be great. And this is supposed to be 10 times faster than 4G LTE, so 1 gigabit per second, guys, possibly 1 gigabit per second over the air.
I thought the C band was exclusively used by pirate radio.
R! No! Well, that is their favorite letter.
Yeah, I don't know. This kind of stuff is always exciting when you get new technologies and stuff. I live in internet hell, like I said, and this will still not work for me.
Well,
Jacksonville, Orlando, and South Florida, so Jimmy
if you are in internet hell and this happens to go further or be set up in your area, this becomes a lifeline to good internet. So might be
this might be Jimmy's path back to AT&T.
Yeah, well,
we barely have usable cell service here.
Maybe it'll be better.
Well, AT&T on the cellular.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The thing about this story is like, okay, why is it only the U.S. airports that they had this problem with? Other airports around the world.
Well, it's because in the other countries, the cell phone towers were actively torn down because 5 gigahertz causes COVID. Remember that?
Yeah, that was this area. It was some places in the United States too. But
but it was primarily if I remember right, it was primarily like a European.
I don't know. I mean, it's like the FAA didn't know this was coming. They
complained loudly.
They acted like they didn't know it was coming or something and all. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it just another one of those stories where it makes you shake your head.
This is the kind of stuff that I'm hoping that where I work, internet cellular service is horrible. Finally, when T-Mobile introduced their 650 megahertz band, the 700 was an okay upgrade, but the 650 megahertz band actually made T-Mobile usable in where I work. So That allowed us not to have to use the only service that was available out there, which is US Cellular, which is okay, but it's kind of okay. It's better than nothing, quite frankly. So I'm for new technologies to come out and for them to be blasted everywhere and give us more options. And I'm hoping this is also one of those things that comes out and provides more people with more options, especially us out there in the middle of the boonies who don't have very many options. Yeah, that'd be great.
All I know is C-band sounds like it's got to be some sort of medical device.
No. C-band. They're the warm-up band for the white noise, right?
Maybe.
I don't know. Well, that is the news for the week.
Alrighty. Well, that brings us to the point where we like to say thank you to all of the people that support this show and make it possible, whether we start at 9 o'clock or what I think is 8 o'clock. The fact that we're starting is because of the patrons, the people that go to patreon.com/thebot and give us $1 or so a month, an episode. Your choice.
Yeah.
We're not picky.
The patrons, they are truly amazing people, and we appreciate each and every one of them so much.
Absolutely. Thank you. And thank you. Head on over to c-band.com to get your nausea relief now.
That's
all right. I'm expecting a check in the mail.
I have a lot to talk about. I'm going to try to be brief on most of it.
Okay.
First of all, I want to talk about Metroid Dread, the game that I've been playing for the past couple of weeks. I finished it this weekend. That was my plan. It is an amazing game. The game itself is amazing. Everybody who likes Metroid at all should be playing it and enjoying it because it is hard, but not too hard. Every single boss fight you can do. You think you can't because you get into the room and you die. And then you play it again and you die a little bit more. And you die a little bit more. And then you start realizing there's a pattern to your deaths. It's not just you walking in the room and dying. It's something you're doing that's wrong. And eventually, what I've done several times is get super frustrated, put the controller down, walk away, come back, and then beat the boss in a couple attempts because, it wasn't that hard anyways. It was all in my head. Also, the game's story is okay. Don't think too hard about it. It's fun. It's a fun time. Please play the game because the game is fun. Story, I'm hoping that they come out with more information to actually kind of fill in some corners because it seems a little like it's not. It needs some more. It needs more, quite frankly. Second thing is my wife had to go on a trip. And we had to pack her up to go, and she grabbed the very inexpensive Roku that we have on one of our TVs, so she could have something to play with when she could play some videos wherever she went, which is great because where she went, she immediately set it up for a family member so they could sit down and watch TV, which was wonderful. But that means she didn't get to have it for herself when she went back to her hotel room. So she went to the local Walmart and bought the $30 guy like this. Plugged it in, turned it on, plugged in the email account assigned to it, and it popped straight up and worked beautifully. This is such a great thing for travel. I cannot say enough how awesome it is. The only complaint she had was this remote doesn't have volume buttons and a power button.
See, and that's exactly why I have a Roku Express that lives in my suitcase.
That's why she brought one of the little Rokus with her. She just gave it to a family member who pretty much needed it more than she did.
Yeah.
So she just got the email, plugged it in, everything propagated and just worked. And just like, this is awesome. I love this. And like, yeah, I know. Last time we went on a trip, I tried to bring the Chromecast. That was a mistake. Don't do that. Roku's a better choice for travel, everybody. Very much so.
The Roku literally replaced. I used to travel with my Google TV with the full keyboard.
Don't do that.
That's why when I made the switch to Roku, it made traveling so much easier. Because it didn't literally take up half my carry-on.
And it's so cute. And it's $30.
Mhm.
It's so cute. Okay, I'm done.
All right,
I could talk about more, but I'm
Jimmy.
done.
Yeah. So over the weekend, I was trying to find something to watch. Went out onto Netflix and found this docuseries called Medal of Honor. So what this
the
series?
video game.
No,
Press Y to pay respect.
no, yeah, that's kind of what it was. But no, it's a series where they pick out a select few actual Medal of Honor winners, Congressional Medal of Honor winners, and gave their story and all. And it's really well done. They go into a lot of detail of what what the person did to actually win the Medal of Honor and all. If you like that kind of thing, if you like docuseries, if you like military shows, I'd recommend this one. You'll enjoy it as I did. And I managed to, over the 3-day weekend, I managed to finish the whole entire series. So it was really good.
All right, awesome. Yeah, I will say one of the best things I got to do when I was still in the Navy was I got to travel around the state, Minnesota, with Congressman John Klein, giving awards to people that never got their awards during World War II in Korea.
Wow.
Several of them were Medal of Honor, Silver Star, that kind of thing. So obviously posthumously, I mean, to their grandkids in many cases. And it was a cool thing.
Yeah, there were a couple of those stories in the mix too. That the person maybe never lived to see, to actually receive the medal, but it would be their next of kin that would.
Although I did get to meet one of the dudes who, he was there for Guadalcanal. Dude was still alive. That guy, even at like 100, was still a badass. But yeah, cool. I'll have to check that out.
I've been watching a lot of shows myself. I have played a fair amount of Witcher 3, the video game, which is probably, in my opinion, the best game that I've played in probably since like 2010. What's the game with? Anyways, I'm not going to remember it.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
the underwater one that's like
SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom.
That one is game of the year. Absolutely.
Yeah. No. Anyways,
Nautica or something like that.
Bioshock Infinite.
Bioshock. Not the Infinite.
The most recent, whatever the third Bioshock game.
Yeah, that was Infinite.
Infinite.
That one was awesome. That was the last game that I played that I thought kind of sat in this realm. So, really, really love the game. If you haven't played it, if you like role-playing games at all, it's a really good action-based role-playing game. Been playing a good amount of that. Been watching bits of Pawn Stars a lot as well on YouTube.
Are you my dad?
What?
I said, are you my dad?
Perhaps. I don't know. I love it. It's so much fun watching the things that people bring in and how much it's worth. I mean, I get frustrated a lot because people are selling these like really cool items for like $300. I'm like, why would you ever sell something like that? But drugs. A book from like the 1700s that
drugs.
Like why would you even consider selling it? But yeah, I mean, I'm not making that claim, but perhaps.
No, you asked a question, and that's
It's a
that's a
viable
very
answer.
viable answer.
Viable answer. I mean,
dude's trying to save up to a visit to the bunny ranch.
no. Anyways,
well, they are located in Vegas.
There's a lot of very, very interesting stuff that people bring in, and it's really fun. You get like a lot of times you get like a little history lesson with them. They'll explain what the item is, when it was from, who used it, that kind of stuff. So it's a little bit of a history lesson. It's enjoyable. I like it a lot. So if you're looking for something to watch, pull up old episodes of Pawn Stars or watch them on YouTube.
If you enjoy Antiques Roadshow but wish it wasn't so highbrow, Pawn Stars. Yeah.
There you go.
I've only seen one episode of Pawn Stars, and the guy said, "I can't buy this." Why not? Because I can't buy this. Why? Come on, it's a nice guitar. It's made out of a turtle shell. I can't even touch it.
Oh yeah. I'm not willing to risk it.
Yeah. I honestly don't know what to rant or rave about. I'm still playing that Wise game, which in itself says a lot. You mentioned Bioshock Infinite. I love that game. I really enjoyed that game for about 5 hours. That's one of the games that is still waiting to be finished on Poodle Puncher's Twitch channel. That's been 6 years. I mean, there's been some. I can't bring myself to watch the last half of the last episode of The Expanse.
Oh, is there something that you're not looking forward to?
Well, I mean, it's the last episode of The Expanse.
Well, they'll make a movie.
But I don't like I don't think they did the series any justice by making the final season 6 episodes. It's 6 episodes is never enough. It's just, yeah. I'm very disappointed by the final season. Not as angry so far as like Game of Thrones people apparently were. But yeah. And it's like, I don't know. Just YouTube or Amazon, you dropped the ball. You can put a giant penis in space, but that doesn't mean you know how the space show should go. So, well, on that note, we should probably say goodbye and head on over to the post show where people will vote on titles. Yes, you get to go to the post show and vote on the titles. Go to tvs.showbot.tv. Someone will bang remind there in the chat, and there will be a link. And if you're listening to this after the fact, yes, there is a post show. The post show does not appear on the video or on the audio. You have to be here live. That's where things get candid. They get downright silly sometimes.
What? No, not us.
Hey, but that. You know, you never know what you're going to get, so you got to be here. But for those of you that are watching this on YouTube in the video, yes, there is an audio version. You can download it anywhere that podcasts are available. And if you're not happy with the frequency of the audio podcast, become a patron, and you get it like within an hour or two of the end of this show every week. It's available because people actually pay us to put it out, so we have to make sure that it comes out on time. So the free podcast, not so much. It comes out when I remember that I need to upload it. All right. Oh, and reminder, movie party this weekend. It's our patron saint Nicolas Cage's birthday celebration. We will be watching Color Out of Space, which was an adaptation of who's the Cthulhu guy?
I don't remember his name.
You guys should know, Mr. Cthulhu. He invented horror.
H.P. Lovecraft.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
Lovecraft.
correct.
So it's an adaptation of a Lovecraft story, and then also, the Prisoners of the Ghostland, which, after watching the trailer, I'm pretty sure if Mandy and Kill Bill had a baby, it would be this movie. If you've seen Mandy, you will understand what I'm talking about. If you haven't, go see Mandy. And then when you're done, let me know so you can tell me what that movie was.
Because he wants to know.
I still haven't. I've seen it. And I watched it with a group of people, and I don't think any of us know what.
I bet you I could
I
find
don't-
an online, essay style
Well,
video
no,
about
you have to watch it because, I've read stuff about it, and I was like, I don't think they watched the same movie as me. But yes, it's going to be fun. Head on over to movieparty.net if you want information. Movie Party in the Discord. Open to everybody. Big Boys J starts out every movie party weekend at 7 p.m. with his wrap up of the month. And I would say that alone is worth doing it. So,
Very cool.
all right, let's get on over to the post show. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Farewell.
Bye.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.